are the sons and daughters of a people history tried to erase, but truth made unforgettable. We are the ones who marched without backing down, sat without bowing, spoke without fear, and loved even when unloved. Our chains became crowns, our scars became banners, and our voices, drums that even silence respects.
I'm back. This is Brian HRap B. Williams. This is the End of the Bench Media. A few minutes with HRap is the program you're watching. Thank you for tapping in. This is an important show, I would say. This is what I want you to understand. Hello, and thank you, everybody, for tapping in. It's very important that you do so. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tap in. And if you're not watching this live, go to www.theendofthebench.com. It is streaming live right there, right now. Or you can just go to www.theendofthebench.com and you'll see the Black history information I give you. And this is in its entirety. You do me a favor by supporting my website as well as just giving me a thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tap in. And as I said, it is important that you do so. Again, hello, everyone. Thank you for tapping in. I want to celebrate us today. Every day I come on here and say, man, we could do this better. We should do this better. This is what I want us to do. I would love for this to. It would be important if this happened. And I talk about the things that have happened to us. I talk about the things that are currently happening to us. And it is like a punching. And at some point, you guys going to get sick of hearing that and go tap into somebody else. So what I'm going to do on a few minutes with HRap today, I'm going to celebrate our people. I'm going to talk about the greatness of our people. And you know what? I'm going to give you the reason I decided to do this today. Not because I don't think, and it's not that it's not warranted, but the reason I decided to do this today is because I have a personal friend who calls me, and the only time he calls me is to denigrate other people. And he laughs at people's failures, and he doesn't even see that he's laughing at other people's failure. And it annoyed me to no end. Today's program, I didn't even change anything about it, but what I am going to make lemonade out of lemons. Making lemonade, because we can sit here and talk about what is happening. Donald Trump in the United States federal government, the discrimination of the police department, the ineptitude of the public school system, and all the things that are going on around us. But what I want to do is we talked about those things. I'll probably talk about those things on the next episode. I'm going to talk about some things that I'm not satisfied with. But what I'm also going to start doing is inculcating information that is important to us. See, when you're Black in America, you went through 400 years of discrimination, 161 years of oppression, discrimination, hate crimes, and things of that nature, discrimination, redlining, all kinds of things. But you know what? You see that? You see that right there? A smile. I have a smile on my face probably about 85% of the times. Well, that other 15%, I'm a grouch. But the fact that I know what happened to my great-grandmother, I know what I assume what happened to my great-grandfather, I know what happened to my grandfather, I know what happened to my mother, I know what happened to my cousins, I know the situation in my community, and I could still do that. I could still show you these 32, baby. That is a means to create the ingredients to lemonade. We are awesome people. Point blank, period, end of story. I could end the show right there. Black folks are awesome. Bam! Shortest few minutes with it, and it would be it'd be 4 minutes, 12 seconds to HRap. And that would definitely be a few minutes. But what I want to do today, talk about how awesome we are, how resilient we are, and how we don't have to explain ourselves to anybody and say, see, you have to understand. No one has to understand. No one has to get us. We get us. We're dope. People implement flattery. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. People imitate, talk like us. News programs use our slang. People want to dress like us. People incorporate our dress, the way we smell, everything into corporate America and make money off us. And yet still we complain. I am advocating for no more complaints. Let's just get it cracking. See, a lot of people say, oh, well, you guys complain too much. You have people in other countries saying, look at all the opportunities you have. You know what? let's fall back, sit down in our greatness, and bloom into something that we don't even know we can do. See, well, just imagine if you are a seed and you germinate and you fall into the dirt and you germinate and you develop into, you that caterpillar and you develop into that wonderful butterfly. What if you didn't even know you were a butterfly? You just thought you were a bug walking around. It's time to celebrate us. I'm not going to talk about this and I'm not going to talk about that. I'm only talking about great things. I'm only talking about the greatness. Black people are dope. You know what? Allow me to amend this. It just says people are dope. Watch this. Watch this. This is how dope I am. I'm producing on the fly. I'm producing on the fly. Booyah! I'm the type of brother that give it to ya. Black people are dope. I'm going to say it again. Black people are dope. And then I'm going to be selfish. Black people on the continent of North America within these United States are dope. Why are we dope? Because we've been through the most horrific situations in the history of this planet we call Earth. Third rock from the sun, is spinning ball in the nothingness. And we still smile. You can walk past a person who's unhoused and they may smile at you. They may say, how many times have you walked past an unhoused person and their life looks in accordance to what we believe? Their life looks like a living hell. And they'll smile and say, God bless you. That's being black. That's why we dope. The fact that we don't walk around, well, I walk around angry, but the fact that most of us don't walk around angry as all get out, ready to hurt, kill, and destroy. We're dope. We don't hold grudges culturally because we're dope. We refuse to be angry at a country that has done everything to denigrate us because we're dope. We have misplaced anger and get angry at other people and blame ourselves. That ain't dope. But look at how awesome we are as a community. Black people are dope. Who's your favorite? Walk up to you. Remember that in that movie, Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee's character, and he was talking to a guy named Pino. What was his name? Whatever Spike Lee's character name was. He was talking to this guy named Pino. He asked Pino, who's your favorite basketball player? Michael Jordan. Who's your favorite musician? He was like, Bruce Springsteen. He was like, get the hell out of here. It's Michael Jackson. And he went down the list of everybody whose favorite ... who was. And they said somebody black. And that's simply because we are an awesome community. Your music, your style, your dress, your women, your men, your children, your favorite child star, Raven Simone or Gary Coleman or one of those guys. It's a black guy. Favorite TV show as a young person, Cosby Show. America's Dad has never been a white man. Mike Brady was never America's dad. He was never had that moniker, America's Dad. It's a black guy. The funniest people on TV, black people. The most heart-wrenching, this is us, relatable dramas, black folks. Am I saying white people don't have anything to say to offer America? Yeah, kind of. But let's not get into that. But on the serious side, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is you're part of a community that is insanely creative, insanely intuitive, forever offering forgiveness, which makes you spiritual and godlike. And we sit around and identify, hey man, HRap, why did you wear that shirt? Do you know I've had people, one time I was running late and I had my fleece on and I just came to the studio, bam, kept my fleece on, did my show. One person who's very close to me. Why'd you wear that fleece? If you can identify what's wrong with me without listening to what I'm saying, that's a problem with you because, as we know, HRap is dope, man. I am dope. I'm dope because I'm black, and I'm dope because of Dolores and John's son. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, John. Without them, there would be no me. Without me, you'd be doing something else with your valuable time. Didn't think I was going to work that in today, did you? Oh, yeah. See how dope I am. And you're equally dope. You're creative as all get out. You have opinions. You are passionate. And I don't want you to ever forget that. oh man, the president's trying to take away our rights. Well, if you actually recognize how dope you were, you would engage in the process. And if you engage in the process, then you would do everything you can to make sure that process doesn't work against you. But even though you are not fully engaged in the process, even though you are not immersed in how things work, you are still walking around in the midst of chaotic tyranny. And you can smile. Listen to what I'm saying with a smile on my face. With a smile on my face. See, what I want you to understand is stop. Deprogram yourself. I need you to slow down. I want you to stop. And I want you to think about the things that I'm saying on this episode because they apply to you. I truly know that they apply to you. You are an awesome individual. It was once told to me, God makes no blanks. And what that means is you're good at something. Oh man, I'm not that good at this. I'm not that good at that. I'm not that good at. Well, most things people say that they're not that good at, they don't even try. So I can sit here and speak about chaos. I can speak about what Cameron said and what Jim Jones said and Nas' last album, his beats and this, and this, that. But what we're going to do is reprogram ourselves to find the greatness in everything. You know, why is it that we know exactly what's wrong with everything and don't talk about what's right? LeBron ain't Michael Jordan. Well, maybe that's what, because he was born like 22 years after Michael Jordan, and his name is LeBron James, and Michael's name is Michael Jordan, and they shouldn't be the same people. This album wasn't as good as that last album because it's something totally different. And if you took it as a standalone project, you may appreciate it more. But that's the creativity of us. We've lost our imagination, people. AI, no, we don't need AI. It's beautiful. You know, with CGI, computer-generated images, that looks good, but your imagination works better. Why do they say the books are better than the movie? Because your mind is better than the person's mind that made that movie. That's how awesome you are. You can take something from Ashley class. I was gonna say some profane words, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm more creative and I'm what the people say. I'm black and I'm one of the black people that is dope. This may not land with other people, but I was just frustrated. And I'm tired of people identifying what's wrong with us. We're not lazy because we built this place. We designed this place. Hey, during COVID, number one people in food service, black people. First responders, black people. Healthcare, black people. Entertainment, black people. Fun, black people. Comedians, black people. These are the people who are cultivating this country. The number one export in the United States of America, black culture, hip-hop culture. Oh man, hip-hop is way too violent. Maybe if you turn that damn radio off and use that Apple Music and scroll through stuff that, man, and don't listen to Fred the Killer and John the Murderer and Beth the Booty Out and Shanika the Stalker. Don't listen to those people. Listen to people like Fontaine. Listen to people like De La Soul, A Tribe Called Quest, and people of that ilk. I don't need you to listen to the music that you didn't grow up on, that you didn't pay attention to, that you didn't engage in, because I don't want you to do that. That's not your vibe. But there are people out here that are rapping and then singing and engaging from a positive perspective. And that's where you need to be going toward. Because Moo Fresh is exactly what she said. Comfortable. What is a moo? I see women wear moo all the time. They look very comfortable and fresh. It ain't a better tool. That's not a better way to frame yourself. Because we're dope. Whatever we touch turns to gold. Tyler Perry was living in this. Look, we had a brother who used to live in a car. And now he's a billionaire. You got Sterling K. Brown, who I heard him say he was making $600 a week. And he was living off, he said he had, he was living off $350 a month. That was his, outside of his bills. Had to lay in his bed in his naked behind because he had no money to have no air conditioning. And now he's Sterling K. Brown. I remember Denzel Washington had a separation in his teeth, and he got his teeth fixed. Man, he's one of the greatest thespians in the history of the world because Black people are excellent. We can take flaws and make them. Red Fox, you're one of your favorite old man. Red Fox went from being a thief for Malcolm X to being one of the greatest comedians in the history of the world. We had a flawed guy who's arguably the greatest comedian in the history of the world. His name is Richard Pryor from Peoria, Illinois. He was raised in a brothel. He had drug addiction problem. He created a movie about his life, and he lived a glorious life. And we all have adoration for him because Black people are dope. You don't have to believe me. You don't even have to agree with me. But we all know that we are. And instead of sitting around saying, hey, man, why, this is what's wrong with us and we need this and we need that, what we need to do is also celebrate what we have and what we've accomplished. We have lived in a country in which people have created groups to destroy us. We have laws to hold us down. We have organizations that don't want to hire us. People don't want to hire us. People only want to fire us. They want to keep us in a subservient way. And guess what? We still use what? Our creativity to enhance the greatness of the world. You take our music programs, you take the instruments from us, you take our art programs, you take our science away from us. And guess what we did? We created this thing called hip hop culture, graffiti, which is an expression of art. You have portraits and paintings and names and different ways to write things. That is due to lack of art programs in schools. And if you put them back, then you have a new Picasso. And then we're going to take away music because music is an outlet for creativity. It relaxes you, it calms you down, and it puts you in a position to whereas you can pull yourself out of the doldrums of impoverished living. And we said, no, you will not. Yeah, we can't write music anymore. We can't score music anymore. We can't compose music anymore without those things. Some of us still do, but guess what? We took break beats and we took sounds and we created ways to chop up those sounds, and we created what is called hip hop culture. And hip hop culture has spawned into movies and spawned into people like the RZA and what's his name? He's married to Alicia Keys, whatever his name is, Swiss Beats. Married to Alicia Keys, they're scoring movies and they're scoring television shows, and these people are making hip hop culture a part of traditional culture, and everybody wants a part of it. You can barely turn your TV without hearing, or you hearing Chubb Rock music in commercials, or Dr. Dre, or my man Funky Soul Brother, Lord Finesse, and these people, their creativity is all over the place. That's because we're awesome. In a second, I'm going to show you a video to show you how no matter what dire situation we're in, our awesomeness bleeds out to other culture, and that culture comes back and shows it to us. See, you don't realize how creative you are. Sisters, I know sisters, my sister I do a podcast with every Saturday. Do a podcast with her. She got tired of overspending on hair care products, so she started creating her own. It's called Trade Naturals. Trade Naturals. I want you to, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I want you to do this. Follow on. Wrong one. Found it on here. So, but there we go. Trade Naturals. If you don't believe me, go there. Go there, right here. The podcast she talk about. Where's the promotion of her products? I got too much going on because I'm too creative. I'm creating chaos. But look, there you go. Trade Naturals. You can follow on TikTok. You can go to Facebook and follow her. She got tired of overpaying for hair care products, and she went all natural, and she learned how to color her hair naturally. She learned how to curl her hair naturally. She learned how to straighten her hair naturally, and she's doing the damn thing. And she's been doing it for 8 years. 8 years while being a super duper mom. She has a freshman in high school. She has an adult child. She's doing this on her own because of Black creativity. Because no matter what you go through, you will find a way to make a way. This is lets you know. That's how you know you have the divine right. Because who makes a way out of no way? Black people. Who is the author of making a way out of no way? God, Jehovah, Allah, or whoever you want, whichever way you want to address him or them or whatever you want to call it. The essence. This is what I want you to understand. The creativity of Black people is off the charts. We were given, when we were enslaved, we were given slop, and we turned it into a delicacy. Now people use the parts that were thrown away and given to the people who are perceived to be less than human. And what did they do? They took that and made it a wonderful situation. And I want you to understand that creativity reigns supreme. You know what? If you don't understand, hey, that light, you see that light around me? I got lights around me. Granville Woods. And then you thought it was Thomas Edison. No, he's the person who had the patent because they wouldn't allow Black creativity to expound. Next time you do your laundry, clothes dryer, washing machine, us. Next time you need to get a step ladder, us. Next time you drive down your street, you see fire escapes, us. Next time you see a movie, when you see a gas mask, us. Next time you driving down the street, you stop at a stop sign, at the stoplights, us. Air conditioning, us. Ring doorbell, us. Video game cartridges, us. Who helped you to heal up the equation to get to the moon? Even though some of us don't think they got there, but who helped that line? Us. Who made the NFL better? Us. MLB better? Us. NBA better? Us. See, the creativity of Black people makes the world go around. No matter what people see of us and what people, oh, look at them, look at those, look at that. You know what? I'll even go into something that is less than honorable. Scammers. we holding it down for the scammers. The people who continue to do these nefarious things because they feel that they have no other opportunities. So they create opportunities out of no opportunities, which even though, like if you believe in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad stole what he got down to his nothing and he needed to survive. He stole and he created a way out of no way, which in essence is the Lord. But you won't attach God to that. Be like, no, that's bad. That ain't God. No, when you feel as if you have no other option and you come up with that, God will give you some grace and let you do that. And then, but he's also going to put something in your head so you can go left and leave that alone. But that's the creativity of Black folks. That is us. That is the way we live. That is the way we grind. As you know, a struggle meal. That's the way we get down, man. Because we are creative beyond any means. Country Wayne. Country Wayne is one of the most successful comedians in the history of the world right now. He started off with one of these. And he started telling jokes about the Dallas Cowboy and his baby mom. And now he has a series with over 100,000 views on a daily basis. He's spending, according to Wayne, he's spending over $200,000 a month to keep his family going, just his brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, and grandma, grandmother, father, and grandmother. He's paying those people, children's mothers. He called them queen of the children. He don't call it the baby mom. He calls it the queen of the children. Because he had an idea. Hey, you watching me, and 400,000. I haven't got my latest report, but last time I got a report, it was 475,000 people have tapped into this. Because I'm creative, and you appreciate it, and you hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tap in and share, and subscribe if you haven't. But this is what I want you to understand. This is how awesome we are as a community. And then you get people to tap in. Well, you should have said this, and you created that. Whether it was a good creation, a bad creator, you created it. And if you think you can do better, all you have to do is tap in. And it's free to do it on YouTube. But you don't have no cool logo like that. You don't have the stuff on the screen. You ain't charismatic as me, but you can get there because you are creative. See, I just want you to understand that no matter what people say about you, what people denigrate about you, what people say you can or cannot do, it's up to you to decide if you can or cannot do something. Because God gave you everything that you need, whether you use it or not. I'm not good at this. How you know? If you've never tried it, you attempt it, but an attempt isn't a try. An attempt is I did it, wasn't successful, and I stopped. Trying is consistently doing until you come up with another opportunity. That's what a try is. That's why you try something. An attempt is 8 times 9 is 72. 9 times 8 times 10. I don't know if that's an attempt. Then you kind of dumb. You don't know what 8 times 10. You just put 0 in. But that don't make you dumb. It just make you uninformed. Because you're not using your creative juices. If you hate your job, If you hate your job, then what I want you to do is come up with a creative way to do look something that you like to do, even if it's something as simple as bowling. You know, they pay people to bowl because they have bowling tournaments and you can make 1,800, 1,200, 1,500, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 dollars a weekend doing something that you like to do. They have chess tournaments, they have sewing tournaments, they have cook-offs. You are doing something in your leisure that you can get paid. Guess what I do to get scrape up a couple coins? Ding! Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend, subscribe if you have it. But that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You Black people are creative. And if you use all those creative juices, even as those people who are participating in nefarious activities, you use that same creative energy to create a means to an end instead of surviving, then guess what? You'll be able to help someone. And you'll be able to help someone, then you'll draw nothing but positive energy to yourself. And you continue to draw that positive energy to yourself, and you'll be a better person. Be a better person, then your creativity has not only paid off for you, it has paid off for others. And then that positive energy coming in will elevate you to heights that you never saw. But I'm going to show you right now. It's a Black History portion of the show. Korean fried chicken, KFC. I want you to pay attention to this video. I'll be back shortly because this shows you the wonderfulness of Black people once again. This is my main man, Country Boy, on One Mic History. I want you to pay attention, listen, enhance yourself, improve yourself, and I'll be back shortly.
Wondered why Korean fried chicken tastes so familiar or the origins of the phrase to be sold down the river? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about on today's show. I'm your host, Country Boy, and this is One Mic Black History. Today, we're going to answer those two questions. And if you have any questions that you want to ask me, you can do so by going to the contact page at onemichistory.com and sending your questions in to me. Also, if you like stories like this, you want to hear more stories like this, you can do so at onemichistory.com. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on my Buy Me Coffee and my Patreon page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But without further ado, let's get to the questions.
Need extra money for college? ISL Education Lending Scholarship Program provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration at www.org/REO students. 45award.org.
Distinctly American invention. The origins of fried chicken can be traced back to enslaved Africans who brought together Scottish techniques of deep frying chicken with fat and seasoning techniques from Western African cooking. One of the earliest recipes of fried chicken came from the British cookbook in 1747 called The Art of Cookery, made plain and easy by Hannah Glass. The recipe, which was a hit in Britain and the colonies, particularly in the southern states, called for the butchering of pieces of chicken to be floured, then fried in lard. While there's not a lot of strong evidence that fried chicken is from Western Africa or it was invented, then brought over in the transatlantic slave trade, West Africans did have a history of cooking chicken. They typically would use a method of braising their chicken. This is most likely the slave population that became linked to fried chicken because they were already familiar with cooking chicken and because the prevalence of poultry here in the United States. This is where the history of chicken takes a racist turn in the early 19th century. Fried chicken then became linked to Southern states, and Southerners started to link it to racist stereotypes connected to African Americans. They depicted them as poultry thieves and ravenous eaters of fried chicken. You start to see the popular stereotypes used in the connection of African Americans eating certain foods, reinforcing the idea that African Americans were not intellectual. Two of the most popular images used in terms of food was fried chicken and watermelon. Ironically, plenty of white people love these same foods, but for whatever reason, the idea and the negative stereotypes associating these foods with African Americans, and it still exists today. The irony of it is that before the 20th century, fried chicken was seen as a luxury item, only eaten on special occasions. Although the recipe is extremely simple, not everyone has the right kitchen tools or the access to poultry to make it at home until dramatic improvements in poultry farming in the early 20th century. As the United States began to flex its military muscle at the beginning of the 20th century, Black GIs taught the world about delicacies of American barbecue, chitlins, and fried chicken. Motivated to settle overseas because of the enduring racism of the United States and the relative social acceptance of African Americans in other countries, many former servicemen opened up restaurants and shared their beloved recipes and turned regional soul food into a global phenomenon.
Now, if you want to watch the rest of that video, you can go to One Mic History, my main man, Country Boy, or you can do me a favor. You can do me a tremendous favor by going to www.theendofthebench.com, www, as the screen says, theendofthebench.com, and you can watch the video in entirety. And if you just got in, hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tap in, and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't to The End of the Bench Media. And then you'll be able to see this in entirety. You go to the website, you watch the videos, you go to YouTube, watch the End of the Bench Media, hit that subscribe, hit that like, tell a friend, and comment if you do or don't like what you see. But you see, we were in a war, and we decided, hey, I'll use my creativity over here. And what people don't know about this, and they'll think we are the greatest people in the world, which they would be right. But you put yourself in a position to whereas you don't have to subject yourself to anything that you're unwilling to participate in. You can be like the rest of the people on social media. Trump is making it hard. I want you to understand this. Do you really believe you have it hard? Do you really believe you have it hard? How many? I got like $4,000 in credit cards. Only got $1,000 in debt. Shout out to HRap. Shout out to HRap. Shout out to HRap. Shout out to HRap. But paid them down. But you have credit cards. You have the means to buy goods without even having the funds available. You can either be trifling and pay minimum payments, but you have the means to survive. You have the means to live without a specific monicum of discrimination. You can create your own presence. You can create your own entities. You can shop with your brothers and sisters and enhance life around you without the imminent threat of danger. The danger's out there. I'm not going to pretend that it's not, but I want you to understand that the danger is not always present. And you are in clear and present danger while you're living in the United States of America, but you still can do everything you can to live up to and what? Protect Black peace. Why are you talking about protecting Black peace, HRap? For example, I'm on a fast. I'm on a BS fast. I'm on a negativity fast. If you are not sending me anything that is funny or uplifting for the next 30 days, I'm going to block you. I don't need to see any more Black people getting accosted by the police, disrespected by other people from other cultures, arguing or fighting. I don't need any of that. If you know me intimately, which you may not, if you're just subscribed to my program, hit that like, hit that share, subscribe if you haven't already. You know I am one of the funniest people and love to laugh more than the average person. I have even been accused of being goofy and or silly. So I'm protecting my peace for the next 30 days. If you send me something negative, just understand I'm blocking you. I am blocking you because I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to see any negativity. I don't want to engage in any negativity. Oh, man, I'm just showing you this because you could talk about this on your show. I am sleep deprived because I look up things to talk about on my show. I own stream. I'll pay for streaming services that I don't even use. Peacock, Prime, HBO Plus, HBO Max comes with my thing, Apple TV, and all these things. I pay for them things that don't even max out on because I'm looking at things to talk about on my show. So don't help me ever, really. But for the next 30 days, I'm going to block you because guess what? It's hard as hell being Black in the United States of America, being dope, and everybody being jealous of you. And that's what me and my people are. And I need me and my people to stop looking at all these nefarious all this nefarious activity, all this negativity. Look, send me a damn scripture if you want me to read something. Tell me a book to read that was funny. Hey, you want to send me something negative? Send me a murder, death, kill book. Then I can create something in my head and I can use my imagination to see these things. But I don't need to see any more negativity. Now, I'm kind of being a hypocrite. I'm kind of being a hypocrite because tomorrow I'll be on air talking about sports and I'm probably going to tell somebody that they suck, but that's in fun. But folks, stop looking. If you are watching any program, especially mine, and the first thing you say is, you know what, HRap had like a wrinkle or a stain on his shirt. He shouldn't do that. Please keep it to yourself for at least the next 30 days because I'm going to block you. And if I don't remember that I block you, you're going to stay blocked. Because the world is such a beautiful place. Like my man Willie D say, this wild, crazy, beautiful world. The world is such a wonderful place, and for you to identify everything negative, it makes me believe that you're suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. Shout out to Dr. Joy DeGruy. But it makes me believe that, because if you know what's wrong with everything, why haven't you posted anything that's right? One of the reasons I stopped posting on Facebook is because I mentioned that I thought it was a damn shame that this millionaire in Chicago, who was literally trying to buy votes, but that's neither here nor there. I was like, man, if they blocking him from giving away gas, that's almost a hate crime. People struggling. You fit gas 50, he giving away $50, $60 worth of gas. Sometimes it's the full tank of gas. Just imagine some people in Chicago, their light bill is $50 or $100. If you give me 2 free gallons of gas, you just paid my light bill. And people all go, see, that's your problem. You know what my problem is? I engage with negative people. That's why I don't engage on Facebook anymore. When you say, hey, man, you've offended me, and the first thing out their mouth is, well, you did, then you need to leave that person alone, because I'm telling you that you've hurt me. And if you didn't address it when I've offended, hurt, or disrespected you, then keep it under your hat. But I need you, supporters of HRap, all 450,000 of you, to protect your peace, especially the Black people in America. Because nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a hot goddamn about your feelings, your discrimination, your hate, the tyranny that you face. They don't care. Is it horrible to say that? So it's the truth. But you know what you can do? You can engage with good people. You can uplift people. You can be a springboard for people. You can have somebody be a springboard for you. You can start speaking to people as you walk past them. That will add something to your life. That little change that you have in your pocket. I mean, he ain't gonna do nothing but get high. Why do you care? Maybe that person is buying that liquor so they won't have to bust you inside your head at some point. Or the fact that you helped her, maybe that will inspire that person. See, look, you notice the positive spin up on it? Maybe that person will be inspired by you offering a little piece of change or $1 or what have you that you have in your pocket. Here you go, sir, ma'am. Here you go. Maybe that will inspire them to do better. If they're conning people, hey, man, judge not, yet ye be judged. But again, man, don't send me anything with a fight. Don't send me anything with old coon Negroes on it, speaking up for white nationalism. Don't send me that anymore, please. Man, I respect the fact you want to share it with me. I really do. But can you send me something that's uplifting and funny? Because trust and believe, I will look up negative things that are happening to our community on a regular basis. And it's not, I promise you, I swear on my soul, this is not directed at any individual, because I get bombarded on a regular basis. Look at this. I don't want to look at it anymore. Because if it's upsetting to you, don't upset me too. I don't need to be upset. Because how many of you people listen to Roland Martin, listen to Read Down Your Fave, listen to Karen Hunter, then watch the news, and then watch my girl Joyanne Reed, then listen to my man Clay Kane, then listen to Dr. Carr and Lamont King, and then read things. How many of y'all doing it? A lot of y'all are not. And it's not a knock against you, but I'm doing those things because I want to enhance your life, because I want to, let's make sure we understand this. So I don't need to see one more fight. I don't need to see one more Black dude talking about white supremacy. We're the biggest threat to our community in the world because Black people always killing Black people. You big dummy. I want to celebrate us. That's what this whole show about. I'm making lemonade from the lemons that we've been given. But look, we have the tastiest lemonade. We're not using sugar. We're using guava. We're not using that. We're stirring it up. We're going to make it cold and we're going to drink it. And that's what I want you to understand, that you have the ability to do these things. I want you want to send me something. I'll be watching that dude cook on a rock on Instagram all the time. Send me something that is insanely offensive, that's funny. I'm going to laugh, enhance my day. But I'm not accepting for the next 30 days until the 19th of September. I'm not accepting any, man, look at these HRaps. Don't. And if you do, you will be blocked, because I'm protecting my peace. Because I am dope and I need to enhance my dopeness. I need to smell good things. I need to eat good food. I need to watch good TV shows. I need to laugh at horrible to hilarious jokes. And you notice I got horrible up here because I would rather laugh at something horrible than hilarious, because horrible is way funnier than hilarious. But I'm being facetious, but I'm being dead serious. It is far too many things that are wonderful about people in our community than some person really just selling out for the money. I don't care what Jim Jones says about Nasir Jones. I don't care what Jim Jones had to say about this. I don't care. I don't want to watch another video. Well, we shouldn't be talking about negativity in these songs. Well, why is it that people don't rail against porn? Because porn has been around all 55 years of my life. Because you have to go find porn, don't you? You have to put a www ladies with big booties and men with large penises and people having sex. And you have to look that up. So that negative music that you're railing against Mr. Righteous Person on YouTube, and this is the problem with the rap music, guy. You have to find it. Guess what? Mate, this is my first year listening to the clips. They are super dope because I love hip hop culture and I understand they're speaking metaphorically and they're speaking in a box. Just like I don't think Henry Winkler can walk up to a jukebox and hit it and the music plays. I don't think my man Malice and his brother, why can't I think it? I don't think the clips are killing people because one of those dudes is devoutly religious. And they're speaking about it. They're speaking metaphorically about it. They're using their intellect to disseminate a message to you that is for entertainment purposes. See, that's what's wrong with the world. They need to stop killing people on music. Well, until you start talking about Martin Scorsese and you start talking about all the entire lexicon of Hollywood and television, I'm going to need you to callete pendejo. That means shut up, dumbass. But I need us to just be better. I need us to start enhancing each other because we have the ability. We used to be able to walk down the street with a suit on, and people, like in Chicago, we jokingly say, "Boy, you ain't sharp." Just because your head pointed don't make you sharp. Or, hey, you casket sharp. It's going to come with a joke. Let's start presenting wonderful things to each other. And if you make somebody laugh, you'll grow closer to them. You grow closer to them, you may be able to create a bond. You create a bond, and then you'll create a clan. You create a clan, you'll be able to create a community. You create a community, you create independence. And then there's those 300,000 Black women that lost those jobs. We may be able to create opportunities for them. And that young man or young woman that made a poor decision and participated in nefarious activities and fractured the law. But how could it be laws on stolen land? We had a crime scene, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm just saying, man, why is it that we know everything negative, but we don't celebrate the positive? Why are you, these kids don't know how to listen to no good music. Why don't you play them some good music so they'll know how and what to listen to? And when you show them things to listen to, then they'll mimic that. Because the reason if you're my age, you didn't grow up on James Brown. Your mama listened to James Brown and you were incorporated into James Brown. You were incorporated into LTD. Concentrate on you and things of that nature. You didn't grow up on Funkadelic. Your mama used to jam to Funkadelic and you listened to it. Won't you introduce your children to Heat Wave? Won't you introduce your children to Al Hudson and those kinds of things? Why don't you do that? Because when you do those things, then you'll find yourself in a situation to whereas you will be enhancing people instead of just waving your finger at them. It's one way to do things, and the way you're doing it is not the best way. That is not the best way to do these things because you are putting yourself in a situation to whereas you won't be able to enhance things. Criticizing things is not putting things in a better light. Criticizing things is just kind of tearing things down. And here's the cost of criticism. There's a cost of criticism. The cost of criticism is this. The cost of criticism is coming up with a solution. If you are criticizing something, You need to come up with the solution to your criticism. My criticism of a lot of my friends and family members who are sending me negative things that are not making me enjoy my day and not enhancing my day is I'm going to stop you. If you're not sending me things that are uplifting me, please don't send it to me. I need 30 days. I need to detox on negativity. And then I'll be able to accept that. I still don't want to see it. The 20th of September, I still don't want it. But at that point, I would have detoxed from all of the extra negativity. Going back to the top of the show, Black Peppers, we are dope. So we don't have to always look at the negative portion. Look, if every time you see something negative, look up some of these young people, some of these middle-aged people, some of these young adults, or some of these old people who are doing wonderful things. Then focus on some of your creativity. When you focus on some of your creativity, then maybe it will induce you to do something creative and put yourself in a better situation. Then as you're putting yourself in a better situation, you're protecting your peace, and you're protecting your peace, and you're enhancing your life. When you're enhancing your life, your days are better. It's easy to sleep. A lot of us taking extra things to go to sleep, and maybe it's just because you're not focusing on the right thing. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, this is where I'm coming from. During the COVID crisis, I kept seeing on Facebook I saw about 8 of my friends die in like a 60-day period. Now, I mean, really like a 45-day period. And I just had to cut Facebook off for about 10 days. And then I started feeling better. And I started sleeping better. And then life became better. We were in the midst of a crisis, and all people were posting this. Fred died, John died, Shanika died, Deborah died. No, I don't need to see that anymore. So if I didn't need to see that then, I damn sure don't need to see it now. And why would you continue to force it down my throat? Because I don't want to see any more negativity, people. People, I'm sick of the negativity. And you're not keeping it real. You're keeping it negative. You're not just saying, you are not saying anything. You're destroying the ethos of the world. You really are. But with that being said, I want to thank you for tapping in. It's been another great show. Allow me to break my arms. I pat myself on the back. So you hit that like, hit that share, follow the instructions on the stream. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. But with that being said, it is your man HRap. I'll be back tomorrow with my little sports podcast. Me and my man Mo, we'll do a little sports entertainment. We're gonna have a little fun, talk a little trash, and it's gonna be in a positive way. You may not see it there. And then I know it's always somebody sitting in the cut going, hey, but you said yesterday, I said, Kayate Bendeo, 2 fingers.
I'm not only glad to be black, I think black people are incredibly important to planet Earth, because whatever it was, we found a way to love through it. And that's what we're going to have to find a way to write about. We who were enslaved found a way to cook, to dance, to laugh. We found